everybody today to our June meeting. And first off, I want to call the meeting to order with a roll call. Gary Ball, Wes Clark, Don Carter here, Courtney Ness
Here.
Julie Jordan
Here.
Kim Wells here, and Lael is out. If you don't mind, would you stand for the pledge of allegiance to our flag? Heavenly Father, Lord, we just come to you. First of all, we just ask you, Lord, just give us what we tell you. Lord, just guide us through this meeting. Lord, give us the words to say, the wisdom to say. Lord, that you would guide everything that we do. Lord, we ask you to protect Treasure Lake. Lord, just help us have a good summer. All these members and families, be careful and enjoy Treasure. In Jesus Christ's name. I'd like to recognize all of our current and military and their spouses and retired. All right. Congratulations. Thank you very much. We appreciate everyone and do all what you do. We recognize our former board members and their spouses. Thank you all for your service. Appreciate it. Next, we'll have a manager's report. Stephen?
Absolutely. So total members 6,714. Memberships in the vault, 786. Sales year to date, we have had 127 sales year to date, and 76 of those have been referrals from owners. Remember, we've got the 250 memberships at $1,250 in celebration of America's 250th anniversary. And referrals that buy a membership get a $200 check. I'm happy to report that storage is 100% full with 0 open spots. And if you have any questions related to storage, you can reach out to the storage coordinator at storage@tlresort.com. A couple of new ticket offerings that we have and attractions in Branson include Dolly Stampede, Titanic, Wonderworks, Taylor Reed, and Todd Oliver. So you can visit the tickets office to get more information on them and pricing. R&R Lodge Breakfast is open. R&R is open Tuesday through Saturday, 5 to 8 p.m. Lodge Breakfast is open Wednesday through Sunday, 8 to 11 a.m. Church services are taking place here at Treasure Lake. They begin every Sunday at 9 a.m. If you're interested in preaching during Treasure Lake Sunday service, please reach out to Annie by emailing activities@tlresort.com. Bingo is happening every Friday. We do have a golf cart parade taking place every Friday and Saturday at 7:30. Just a reminder, here recently, we love that kids are getting involved in the parade. We have noticed that there are some bicycles that are kind of weaving in and out of the parade and golf carts, and we just ask that if you're going to be in the parade and you're riding a bike, please be at the very, very back of the parade. Our number one concern there is safety, and second to that is, of course, park liability. So if you could remain at the end of their parade, that would be awesome. Coffee Club, Fridays 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Activities calendar is posted for June, and we've got some specifics on July 4th offerings. We're excited about the 4th. It falls on the 4th of July, our celebration this year, so that's very exciting. Those events are posted online. If you're interested in volunteering for parking, shuttle service, activities, or food and beverage, please reach out to Sam. She can be reached at marketing@tlresort.com. If you're here in person, she's also standing right there. So after the meeting, you can grab her and tell her you'd like to be involved. Occupancy is still trending slightly up for RV nights at 1%, and rental nights are up by 4% year to date. Site repairs 400 through 405 in Phase 3 were widened by 3 feet. Site 90 and 132 were made into concrete sites, along with 374, 443, 444, and 518, and those have all been completed. Snack Shack, our goal is to have the Snack Shack open by June 25th, and it'll be open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and hours will match the outdoor pool, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're still working on trail lighting. As I give this update normally at the Meet the Manager meeting, we're really searching for the best economical solution to light the entire trail. It's a little over a mile. So we want to make sure we make the best decision, not only cost-wise today, but also what's the easiest to maintain budget-wise down the road. Road striping project was completed, so all of our main roads have been restriped, and that included the center line and the fog line. As you can tell, they're repairing our mini golf course and also our Gaga pit. There has been some delays in that. We were hoping to have it done by now, but they're out here working on it, and we've been assured that it's going to be done by the 4th, so that's the goal. But excited to see that happen. Don't forget, we've also got our Treasure Lake trailer sale. So we are accepting sealed bids on TL3 and TL2. TL2 is a Pioneer 25-foot with no slides. TL3 is a Starwood 34-foot with 2 slide outs. Bids will need to be made using the official bid form that is available in the lobby of the front desk. Bids must be dropped in the ballot box. Bids will be taken until July 3rd, and highest bid wins. These units are sold as is. Both are parked next to the golf cart loading area behind the clubhouse and are open for viewing every day, 7 a.m. To 5 p.m. Also, if you do have any feedback or maintenance requests, if you're walking around the park and you see something that needs to be fixed, we do have QR codes that you can scan and submit that. You can also go to our website, scroll down to the bottom and actually click that QR code. You can give us feedback. We share that feedback with our teams, what we're doing well, what we need to improve. And then there's also a maintenance request submission form there as well, so you can submit that something needs to be fixed. And last but not least, it's that time of year again for board elections. Treasure Lake will have 2 board spots in the next election. If you're interested in serving on the board, please pick up a candidate packet. They're available to be picked up from me at the Welcome Center and are due back to me on August 27th by 5 p.m. Central Time. Remember, to be included on the ballot, packets must be turned in and include 25 signatures of members in good standing as defined by the bylaws. And that's all I have for the park update.
Thank you very much, Stephen. All right, have a report from the treasurer.
Okay, we are proud to release the first financials that have been reconciled and published since sometime in 2024. Yes, I said 2024. Having brought the accounting function in-house in 2025, no reconciled financials have been published until now, which are being released from the January 26th through April 30th of 26 time period. Under the leadership of the President, Don Carter, who also serves as a member of the Finance Committee, and myself, we've sought to gain approval of the board to engage outside assistance with our QuickBooks, which we have done. Our cash position is strong and getting stronger. Reports for 25 exceeded both 24 and 23, and as of to date, 26 outpaces that as well. Our cash position for 2026 is even better than it was in 25. Now, with the reconciled financials through April of 26, the board can make even better decisions and more informed. It should also be noted that our emergency fund is up to $500,000, is fully funded. Now for some numbers regarding the bank accounts as of statement end of May 26 compared to what we reported for May of 25. Okay, operating investment, total of $772,837. If you don't mind, I'll kind of take off the cents of it because that just seems to normally confuse things in the numbers that we're talking about. So $772,837 in May of 26 versus $783,649 in May of 25. That includes the operating account, the church fund, and the ticket account, which the ticket account is kind of an interesting thing because it's more of a revolving fund than it is an actual amount, because we actually pay some out for the tickets and then we resell. So that may need to look at that sometime in the future. The money market account is now at 2.85%, which is not bad for a money market, for $260,061 in May of 26, with $259,238 in May of '25. That brings our cash position to $1,032,898 versus $1,042,887 in '25. So '25 just had a little bit more in cash in that category. However, when you look at the fact that we now have 4 certificates of deposits, CDs in other words, totaling $500,000, that's up from $226,661 in May of '25. So that brings us to a total of $1,532,898 for May of '26 versus $1,269,548 in May of '25, up from '25 by $263,350. We remain committed to maintaining financial solvency and long-term success of Treasure Lake RV Resort in the years to come. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gary. I'll have some reports from committees. Rules and regulations, Tim?
Yeah, we'll have an update to come and a motion to follow.
Okay. We don't have anything on long-term planning. Insurance committee?
One of the things that we need to chat about just briefly is if you have an insurance situation or a repair situation and you're calling a vendor that isn't on our list, if you ask them when they are going to come to the front gate for them to bring their certificate of insurance with them, and they'll be able to pick up a packet also at the front gate, but if they've got their certificate of insurance, that's referred to as their Accord 25, if anybody's aware of what those things are called, then they can bring that to the front gate, give them a copy, and then they'll be allowed to come onto the park and take care of your repairs. This is as an emergency opportunity for them to do this during the holiday season when we're really booked, as well as the fact that a lot of your vendors are also running around very, very busy as well. So we're trying to help out as much as we can to help that situation so you can get timely service. Otherwise, that's about where we're at. Check the vendor listing online and see if you can find a vendor that's already approved. That would be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. We appreciate it. Storage committee, I don't have anything to report other than we're 100% full, and we will continue to monitor that and be sure that we do our due diligence there. All right. Gary, you have anything for the Finance Committee?
The only thing would be that we do have engaged an outside accounting firm to assist us with QuickBooks reporting and to be able to get ourselves up to date and stay up to date. We look forward to being able to hopefully release May within the time period between now and before the next board meeting. So if we do so, we'll be able to get that out, hopefully, that's the target, before the next board meeting.
Thank you very much, Gary. Work Camper Committee?
Okay, we need about 17 to 20 more work campers to be fully staffed. And here's the best part, 24 hours a week and you get to camp for free. So that's all it is. And you can split that amongst a couple. So if you're in this room or online or watching this later and you want to be a work camper, you want to camp for free for just, working, having fun while you're doing it, come up to the office, get an application, and join in the fun.
Thank you, Courtney. All right, Marketing Committee.
The Marketing Committee has continued to meet and looking for creative ways to build relationships in the community and spread more awareness of Treasure Lake. Sam has been working hard on our identity crisis, and I'm going to let her explain what I'm talking about.
Can you hear me? All right, so we have been talking a lot about our presence, our brand, our identity, and so I want to present to you what we have come up with here. Excuse me. So this is Treasure Lake's current logo. This is maybe. We'll see if this holds up for me. All right. So before we talk about where we want to go with this, I think it's important that we recognize where we are today. So this being our current logo, or is it? And I'm going to show you what I mean. So as we look across the resort, we see many different logos, many different typographies, a number of variations in colors and branding. So these are just our signs coming into the resort. This is our sales office. We have many variations of the logo and typography here as well. This is bathhouses in phase 1 and phase 2. Thought this was interesting because it actually says Treasure Lake Vacation. So that's kind of an old one. Here's some other forms of it. This is our lobby in the Welcome Center, as well as t-shirts for our team members and merchandise that we have for sale. And then we've got our vehicles. So not only do we have multiple different logos across our vehicles, but then a lot of them are in disrepair as well. So we need to not only do some updating to our brand, but also just maintain these items. So these are just our maintenance vehicles. We've got our security vehicles. And so some have one logo, some have another, and some have no logo at all. They just have the name. Our housekeeping vehicles. This presentation doesn't want to work with me well today. Other vehicles around the resort. And then we've got things such as our letterhead. Just in the Welcome Center, we have 3 different versions of our letterhead. And we have our sales assets. So these examples show how our branding has evolved over time across signs, across vehicles, across materials, the website, other applications. And while many of these versions share common elements, we no longer just have a single consistent visual identity. So the goal of this effort is to establish one brand standard that we can use consistently across the entire organization moving forward. So why standardize our brand? And I just wanted to touch on a couple of the challenges. So one, we just talked about the multiple logo versions that are currently in use. The logo that we have that we kind of call our current logo, especially, is difficult to reproduce consistently across embroidery and apparel, signage, and so forth. There is no simplified icon or favicon for websites or mobile applications, and just inconsistent branding creates confusion. It weakens recognition of Treasure Lake. So what are we trying to accomplish? Well, our goal is not to redesign Treasure Lake. The goal is to establish one consistent brand standard so that our signs, vehicles, apparel, and so forth all represent the same Treasure Lake. So what do we want to do? We want to preserve Treasure Lake's identity. We want to improve consistency across all teams and departments. We want to create branding that works in print, digital, signage, and apparel. We want to establish a single approved logo for all future applications and establish a long-term brand standard. And so again, our goal is not to change who we are, but just to create a consistent visual identity that works everywhere that Treasure Lake appears. I want to share with you a couple of examples of different brands that have evolved over time, and these are very successful brands that all of you will recognize. So MasterCard being the first one, we can see how they reduced their complexity over the years. if the TV kicks back on, there we go. And they simplified but still maintained their recognition. John Deere is another one. John Deere, we can see how complex their logo started and the different fonts and styles that they've gone through over time until they came up with that one simplified logo since 2000 now until the present. Starbucks is another one that we're all familiar with, and they went from this very difficult, complex logo, removed excessive details, and standardized for their digital and global use. And then Burger King. Burger King actually went from kind of simple to more difficult to more complex design, and then they did that again until they finally returned to a cleaner, simpler design. So I want to touch on this real quick. We're planning gradual implementation, so we're not planning on flipping a switch overnight, going across the whole park and just changing everything all at once. This will take some time. Today's digital web, app, and embroidery requirements present new challenges to us. So existing signs would not be replaced immediately. Existing apparel inventory would continue to be used until it's gone. And new materials would adopt the updated standards as they're produced. The transition would occur over multiple years, probably 2 years or more. So, on to our 2026 brand guide. The new logo system retains the elements that people recognize. So this again being our current logo. Our gate, our trees, our cabin, our camper are all retained while creating a consistent visual identity that works across all Treasure Lake communications and applications. While the logo is the most visible change and the one that everybody notices right off the bat, the brand guide actually is much broader than that. And it establishes standards for colors, typography, communications, print materials, digital design, everything that represents Treasure Lake and presents a consistent image. And the goal is to improve recognition, professionalism, and consistency across all departments and platforms. So the brand guide provides a logo system that's designed for flexibility across all those platforms. Logo standards defining spacing, size, contrast, backgrounds, and best practices. Standardized color palette with primary, secondary, and accent colors to use across all platforms. Typography designed to balance warmth, readability, and modern clarity. A communication guide that touches on everything from our email signatures to rules for text, emails, newsletters, social media communications, and then print and digital designs that preserve identity and improve consistency. The new logo and brand guide are built for today's application. So here's just one example of why simplification matters. So this is our guest guide that we hand out when someone checks into the resort. And so we want to make sure that whether the logo appears on something simple or something more complex with a busy background like this, that it shows up clearly, that it's a cleaner logo system that performs more consistently across a wide range of real-world applications. This brand guide provides a foundation for future improvements. These examples are illustrations of how a consistent logo system, color palette, typography, and design standards can be applied across signs, printed materials, apparel, vehicles, digital communications, and future website and app development. Over time, these standards will help create a more cohesive Treasure Lake brand experience. So whether you're looking at a sign, a vehicle, a brochure, a Facebook post, the website, mobile app, the goal is simple. It should immediately feel like Treasure Lake. So thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Sam. Appreciate it.
So did you feel like you were on a scavenger hunt trying to find all the different logos throughout the park?
Yes.
Well, you did a good job. With that given in mind, I would like to make a motion that we accept Sam's rebranding proposal as presented.
Second the motion.
We've had a motion, it's been made and seconded. Any discussion? Do I have any discussion? Hearing no discussion, we'll have a roll call. Gary Ball? Yes. Julie Jordan?
Yes.
Courtney Ness?
Yes.
Wes Clark?
Yes.
Tim Wells?
Yes.
And Don Carter. All right, we got motion passed. All right. Do we have any minutes to be approved?
Make a motion to approve the minutes of, let's see, got that. May 22nd, June 4th, and June 17th, 2026.
Okay. Have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Courtney. Any discussion? Have any discussion? Hearing no discussion, have a roll call. Wes Clark?
Yes.
Tim Wells?
Yes.
Courtney Ness?
Yes. Yes.
Don Carter, yes. Gary Ball?
Yes.
Julie Jordan?
Yes.
Okay. Motion passed. Okay. Do I have another motion?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the park to enter into a contract with Orkin Commercial Services to treat all the phases and common areas for ticks not to exceed $4,000.
Have a motion? Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
I would like to say that we did check into this and it is all pet friendly. So those of you who have little furry animals running around, it's supposed to be pet friendly with no effects to them at all.
Do I have any more discussion?
Remember, if I turn the microphone on, is it bird friendly as well? That's what I go about. I know. I'm sorry. I forgot to turn it up, and I'm not there, so I can't turn it up.
You want this?
Is it bird friendly as well? Is it just dog friendly? Because they are completely different things. And the other question that I lead on to that is like, we're in the middle of the Ozarks. Is this just a waste of money? Because as soon as you get it done, you're going to get ticks back again. That's my question.
Thank you very much. And Stephen, if you don't mind, would you check on and make sure that we've got the MSDS if you want to read it. But if you don't mind, Stephen, would you check on it? Okay. All right. Any more discussion? Yes, sir. Okay, he wanted to make sure that what Orkin will be using is pet and bird friendly. And we did not ask Orkin about birds, so I apologize, but we were really concerned about all of our pets and didn't even think about that. So I apologize to you for not asking that, but we will find out. You got anything to say?
I was just going to explain a little bit. So there would be Orkin would come in and do a mass treatment, which is a higher initial cost, and then biweekly, while they're already here doing our cabins with their regular routine pest control, they would also rotate phases, kind of what they do with our cabins. So it'd be a biweekly charge. If we were to continue this next year, it would start in March and go until September, and that's what they consider kind of tick season to be. So just a little bit of information of how that's going to happen. It's not one treatment and then done. They are going to continually lay out granules that are supposed to be time released and keep the ticks down. They will also free of charge come back if we have an event like 4th of July and spot treat any major areas that people are going to be laying, sitting, or hanging out in. So,
Okay. Do I have any more discussion? Do I have any more discussion?
Say this, sorry, did you say this could be canceled at any time?
yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do I have any more discussion? Do I have any more discussion? If not, we'll have a roll call. Gary Ball,
Yes.
Julie Jordan,
Yes.
Don Carter, yes. Courtney Ness,
Yes.
Wes Clark,
Yes.
Tim Wells.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. All right, do I have another motion?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to revise the rules and regulations, section 17D, to include helmets are recommended for all riders of bicycles and scooters, and to add 23, all litigation must originate in Taney County, Missouri.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Gary. Discussion.
So this came up from our annual review of our insurance, and they had recommended that we make these 2 additions to our rules, and we're following their advice.
Okay. Do I have any more discussion?
I just want to say that we see kids riding their bikes and scooters all the time throughout the park, and we just want to remind parents that it is your responsibility to watch after your kids and make sure they are acting in a safe manner. Numerous times, and I heard of yesterday an incident where a little girl was riding her scooter and going pretty fast around corners, did not stop to look for any cars coming, and she ended up in the ditch because a car was coming and she had to avoid it. So, and the car was doing, very slow speeds, so it was not the car's fault. So parents, if you're listening, please remind your children to be safe on our streets.
Do I have any more discussion? Do I have any more discussion? Yes, ma'am. Can you come to the mic, please? That's okay.
How deep is this on?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah, can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
that's the main thing. How deep is the pond into, phase 2, that pond over there? How deep is it?
Stephen, do you know?
You can't touch the bottom. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm
here's
just
what I
joking.
want to tell you. The parents do need to watch their children closer. I see 3 and 4, now that we've moved to 2, I see 3 and 4 little boys right there at that pond all the time by themselves. And we don't need anything happening. So what is the rule about the age limit of the little children around that pond by themselves?
We don't have any specific rule for age limit of children around the pond. Tim, do you remember the age for just being unattended? I believe it's under. Yeah. Do you know 14? So under 14, they're supposed to be supervised by an adult, and that would solve that problem if that rule is being followed. So if you see, I would encourage you, if you see a 5-year-old out by the pond, that should concern you by themselves, and maybe call security just to check in on the situation.
Yeah, well, 5, 10, 11, whatever,
Yeah.
it needs to be looked at. We don't need no problem like that, Thank you.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Donna. Do I have any more discussion? Any more discussion? No more discussion. We'll have a roll call. Gary Ball.
Yes.
Don Carter, yes. Wes Clark.
Yes.
Tim Wells.
Yes.
Courtney Ness.
Yes.
Julie Jordan.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. All right. Do I have any more motions?
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Okay.
Second that.
Okay. All by voice vote?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Motion carries. We adjourn. Now, we're going to open the floor up for any questions or comments.
Hi. I have a comment.
Okay.
I don't know if that's on.
Is that on?
It's from,
All right.
is it on? Okay. Okay. I have a comment. First of all, we really appreciate the security. And I was asked by Lonnie O'Quinn to come and suggest that during quiet hour that we use a car or a electric golf cart rather than the noise that comes at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So Lonnie just wanted me to come up and make that recommendation.
Okay.
Thank you, security.
Thank you very much. And I guess what you're referring to is when security is driving the park in the wee hours of the morning to do their inventory is okay. All right, well noted. We appreciate that.
My name is David Goodman, and I just want to say I appreciate Treasure Lake, the Treasure Lake Board, everything you've done. But we try to volunteer as a family when we come up, and we have for the last few years, and we try to teach our kids to give back to the community of Treasure Lake. And when we drive around, they say, well, I helped do this or I helped do that, and that's a lot of fun. But your volunteer has a hole in it, to say the least. We have been trying for over a month to get somebody to answer us about volunteering this time, and we've had trouble in the past, but there's a hole in how to get from me to somebody else that's over the volunteers. We like to spend one day as a family, and they messed up this time. We had 6 adults and 6 kids that were wanting to volunteer, and I've been trying for a month to get somebody to answer me. I've emailed, I talked to one person that's no longer here, and he told me to email or text, and I've done both. And I was supposed to get an answer, and I haven't. And my wife called, and she was supposed to get an answer to me, and nobody has responded to anything like that. I don't know the avenue, but if you have something in place, it needs to be public where we can follow that path to be volunteers. We only, we can't make the volunteer days, but we want to give back to Treasure Lake, and so something over time needs to be, a process needs to be in place to take care of that.
Well, David, I appreciate that information, and after this is over with, I'd like to talk to you one-on-one. But we do have a procedure to go through, and of course Stephen can talk to you about it also. But I apologize, because there is a loophole somewhere that we need to resolve, and I promise you, from the board all the way to general manager, everybody, we'll figure out what the loophole is and see what we can do to resolve it.
Well, and I'm not pointing fingers, but I have texted and emailed him, and no answer. So something's wrong, and
we'll look into it. I promise.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
My question is the air going to be working tonight in the clubhouse? For the past 2 weekends, there has been no air. It's been hot in here. We asked to open the doors because it was cool last weekend, and we were told we cannot open the doors. So we would like to have air.
As far as I know, we'll have air in the clubhouse. Absolutely.
Thank you, because it's working now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you, ma'am.
This is my first time to do this, but I just have a question. about who recommended the new rule about if you have 2 memberships. How is that going to work? And is somebody going to be able to live in here full-time using 2 memberships?
Okay, and I don't have that in front of me, okay? I can get you what we voted on and
Okay.
read that back to you. The current guidelines and all that are being worked through about the honoring the back-to-back as it was asked to do in the lawsuit back in 2011. But I cannot tell you the whole procedure behind it.
Okay.
I'm not prepared for that. It's basically, in my opinion, it's just like the 9-day buyback now. You can buy back and stay on the park all year long using buybacks.
Right.
So it's not anything different than that, other than the cost that if I look at it, just look at it from on a pie shape. But I will look at exactly what we voted on, and I can get back with you.
Okay, I'd appreciate that.
Okay. And what is your name?
Teresa White,
Teresa?
and we're in phase 1. What's our number? What's our 160? We're on 160.
Okay. Let me do that. Matter of fact, before we
Okay.
come over here, we're running out of time, and I was asking someone to bring that up. That way I can quote exactly what we
Okay.
talked about.
I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, on the 9-day buyback, they can actually stay 6 months and 21 days. So with the back-to-back, if they can stay year-round, that jeopardizes our not-for-profit. Is that correct?
I can't answer that. I don't know what jeopardizes that. I'm not a lawyer. I'm sorry.
Well, I know. And then when I go back, I pulled some additional documents from the lawsuits. And the lawsuit originally in 2011 allowed the current owners that had multiple memberships to use the back-to-back. And it was not to be grandfathered, transferred, sold. So as those owners passed away or sold those memberships, those went away. Do we know how many we have currently that are still in that loophole?
I do not, Gary.
Well, after that time, after the 2011, it went back to court. Hazel Thomas took it back to court, and the court reversed their decision about the back-to-back memberships, saying that that was creating a different class of owners, and that you could not have a separate class of owners that had different privileges than everybody else. So has this, last time I asked about it being run by an attorney, did not get an answer. Has it been talked to an attorney now since?
We have seek legal advice, yes.
And what were we told?
We have not finished that discussion up with them.
So when is this going into effect?
What we asked is and I don't have that in front of me, so I'm not going to quote anything, because I don't have it in front of me, Gary. But you were at the meeting when we talked about it, but I can't tell you what I said, so I don't have that in front of
You
me.
mean the last board meeting here?
When we talked about back-to-backs, yes.
So we don't know if the attorney says it's legal or advisable or not.
Again, the best I can tell you today is that we have sought legal advice.
But you don't have an answer yet
No,
from
sir.
him? So is the decision pending what he says?
I would have to say yes.
Okay. And second question is, Gary, on your financial report, you gave us cash amounts, but did you, the financials that you said are available are not out there yet? Do we know what we've made year to date?
We don't have it up to date. We're up to April 30th, and that would include all the way up to May. We should have the information regarding that before the next board meeting. We'll put it out there then.
But you gave us cash, but do we have a profit or loss outcome?
Not through May 30, not through May 31st, no. I was trying to give as much information that's current And to give April information on that same basis would be 30 days out of date, 31 actually. And so might as well try to stay as close to up to date as possible.
So we don't know if we're making money or not through April?
Through April, we are, as far as that's concerned, but as I say, I'm trying to stay up to date for the financials come in another couple of weeks.
Okay.
Can I say something? Do I have any more discussion? Any more discussion? Hearing no more discussion, y'all enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the 4th of July. Celebrate the 250th anniversary of the U.S. and wear your shirts. See a couple people out with shirts on, so go get you a shirt if you don't have it.